and welcome to part 3 of our lecture recording on strategy. So part 1 we focus on the diagnostic tools, part 2 we focus on the Porter's 5 forces model as well as Porter's generic strategies. So in this part 3, which is the final part of our lecture on strategy, we are going to discuss the other model that can be used by businesses to develop their growth strategies, and we are also going to discuss briefly on the exam technique. When and how should we use these models as part of our examination? So growth strategies, we can also have generic growth strategies that companies can use, and we are going to focus on the new customers and the new products growth strategy or acquisition of other businesses. So the first one is the Unsolved Matrix. So the Unsolved Matrix focuses on where the company should build on its existing products targeting markets or new products targeting a different type of market. So the first thing that I would want them to explain for better understanding and interpretation of the Unsolved model is every business has to define what it calls its market. So I use an example for us as CAA. So our product that we are offering is CTA. And our market for the CTA program can be defined in two ways. Our market can be every student with an accounting undergraduate degree, or it can be defined geographically to say our markets currently are Harare and Bulawayo. So depending on how you define your markets can then affect the way you then apply the Unsolved Matrix. So I'm going to illustrate this by an example. So our existing product at the moment is the CTA program. And if I've defined my market as every student with an undergraduate degree in Zimbabwe, I can say I'm going to focus on selling my CTA program to the existing market, which is Zimbabwe, students with undergraduate degrees. So if I follow that approach, it means I'm following the market penetration strategy. Existing product, focusing on the existing market penetration. But if I now say, I now want to take the CTA product beyond borders, I now want to target South Africa. So it means originally my market was student undergraduate degrees in Zimbabwe. Now I'm going to South Africa. So I'm taking the existing product to a new market, which are student undergraduate accounting degrees in South Africa. And for me to go there, I need to develop the South African market. I'll use the other example that I had. I've defined my products by my market by location, Harare and Bulawayo. If I decide to focus on the Bulawayo market, it's an existing market penetration. But if I decide to take my product to Mutare, the CTA program, that's a new market, so it means I need to develop the Mutare market. Then on the other side, new products. Currently my product is CTA. Then I then say, but I'm offering CTA, but what else or what other products can I come up with? I can then say, based on my experience with my students enrolled for CTA, I believe they could do with Excel skills. So I develop a new product around Excel training. That's a new product. And I target that same existing market, which is undergraduate students with accounting degrees or my CTA students. So it means I'm developing this product for my existing market. Or I can say I got a totally new product, which can be, okay, I'm not worried. When these guys outwardly qualify child accountants, what are they doing? Is there anyone servicing them? So I can say, I can then develop a new product. Let's say executive development program. It's a new product. Targeted to a new market. My new market is now qualified CAs. So that's now diversification. This has no link to my current CTA, but I'm simply saying I'm now having this new product, a manager or executive development programs, targeted to business leaders or qualified CAs. So looking at the Unsolved Matrix, the most important thing is knowing your market and knowing your product, and then picking the best strategy that you can follow. And then from a risk profiling perspective, definitely existing product, existing market, low risk. Or new product, existing market, low risk. Why? You already know the market, so it's low risk. Also, if I take an existing product, a new market, I know my product. Maybe what I just don't know is the market in which I'm entering it. But from a risk profiling perspective, it's on the lower risk side. But diversification, if you look at it, everything is new there. So that type of strategy is also high risk because you'll be stepping into the unknown. But not to say diversification bad, but we are just saying when you're taking that decision, you need to know the risk profile of that particular decision. Then another growth model you can use is what we call the BCG growth share matrix. And I'm sure if you look at the matrix, you're seeing some very interesting things there. We've got a cow, we've got a dog, question marks, and a star. So that model has got two. If you look at the axis, we've got the x-axis has got the relative market share, and the y-axis has got the rate of return. So I'll start with the bottom end. We've got a low market share, and the rate of return is low. And here you're looking at it from a business perspective. As a business, I'm operating in an area where I've got a low market share, and the rate of return is low. So effectively what it means, I'm earning low earnings my earnings are unstable. So from a strategy perspective going forward, should I continue investing in this business? The answer is no. You've got low market share, the returns are low, so you may consider divesting from this business because you are not making money in this business. Then we go up. Currently, I've got a low market share, but my rate of return is low. So I've got my earnings, they can be low or unstable, but can be growing. And my cash flows can be negative. Normally, these types of businesses, they're a bit tricky because you can see the potential is there in terms of the return that you are getting, but your market share is very low. And these are characteristics of growing businesses where maybe you are a new entrant into that business market. And your market share is still very low, but your returns are high. But in terms of your project, your strategy, you may continue to invest, but you may need to watch out that this business does not degenerate into a dog. Then going back, we've got this one with a fat cow here. Market share high, but returns are now low. So you can find that your earnings highly stable, cash flow highly stable, your market bad, your annual rate of return is now falling. So you are controlling the market, but maybe it's not a dying business. So what is the strategy? Milk as much as you can, because you are saying we are the leader in the market, or we are controlling the entire market. So you need to make money, as much money as possible from the market. Then you come to the star. What the current state of the business? Market share is quite high rate of returns. So it means you can continue investing in this business for growth, because market share is good and the annual returns are still very, very high. So this matrix is just allowing you to analyze the stage at which you are as a business and prodding you toward the strategy that you need to follow for the future. Should you milk? Should you divest? Should you continue investing? Should you analyze and determine whether or not you should continue putting in your money, which effectively is the BCG growth matrix. Then, I'm sure this is more on the BCG growth matrix. Then the last one that we want to look at is the GE McKinsey matrix. So this one, again, is around analyzing each individual business unit versus the overall industry attractiveness. To say, as a business unit, how are we placed? And if we look at the industry in which we are operating, how is it structured? Should we continue investing in that industry, or things are now a bit long? So x-axis business unit, y-axis you're looking at the overall industry. So I'll start off looking at the X-axis, we have got high business unit strength, but low industry attractiveness. So I think as a business, you're quite strong, but your industry, maybe you're not operating in a dying industry. So here we are saying selectively invest or milk earnings. Why? Because yes, even though you're highly competitive in that sector as a business, but the overall industry is now on a downward trajectory. Then we will move up. We are then saying business competitiveness high, attractiveness is now on medium. So here the strategy is you can invest or grow the business because the industry is attractive. If you move further up, industry attractiveness high, business strength high. Invest, grow that business arm. I'll also look at the extreme end, where you've got a low business strength and low industry attractiveness. What is it telling you? Harvest or divest from that business. Because why? It's a dying business. Yourself as a business, you are not that good. The industry overall is also struggling. So it means you now need to pursue an exit strategy or harvest anything that you can get from that business. So from an exam, the key question now would be, when and how should I use these models? Because more often than not, you will not be explicitly told use the BCG or use the McKinsey matrix or use Porter's generic strategies. So the question is, do you know when to make use of the strategic tools? And once you know when, do you know how to apply them? So on the when part, you need to understand your requirement. What have I been asked to do in my requirement? Have I been asked to analyze my strategic position? So it means SWOT, PESTEL, etc. comes into play. Have I been asked to come up with an action plan? It means I now want models for going forward. But another question is, which model should I then use? This will largely be dependent on the information provided in the case study. If you are not given any information to apply Porter's generic strategies, please don't use Porter's generic strategies because you don't have the information. So analyze the information provided and then pick the best model or models which you can use. That's now on the how to apply them. Because if you're not careful, you can then just end up writing the theories on the models, which is not going to earn you any marks. So I've got an example type of question here. In one of the questions says, discuss the strategic position of Tesla and outline the strategic position. Where are we as Tesla? And outline the possible strategic actions that should be considered for the future of the company. Actions going forward. We should consider the application of the GEC model and the product market matrix. You must identify the key issues and drivers in the business. So at least this question sort of gave you some prodding. So on analyzing strategic position, they didn't tell you use SWOT, PESTEL, but go to the information. Can I do a SWOT? Can I do a PESTEL? The answer is yes. Use it in analyzing the strategic position. Then for the growth, we have been recommended to use the GEC model in product market matrix. Use it. They've told you explicitly. Consider using. Another interesting example, using Porter's generic strategies. Identify and discuss the strategy followed by capital. So this question is asking you to review a strategy being followed by a company. And as part of that review, we are benchmarking against Porter's generic strategies. So let's say Capitec is following a differentiator. The way they are doing it, is it making sense or is it appropriate? So, looking at this exam type of questions, I'm sure it's clear that the examiners will not be looking for you to detail the principles around the models, but they are actually asking you to use the models to perform a specific task, which is what you need to focus on when you're doing your practice questions. Yes, I've read the principles. Can I now apply those principles to solve a problem? So I hope So further to exam checking, there are some of the things that you need to focus on. Information presented. Make sure you cover the issues presented in the scenario. Do not introduce issues that have not been alluded to in the scenario. So in other words, don't create your own case study. Think outside the box is good, but limit yourself to the issues in the scenario. Why? Because of time pressure. If you start thinking of things that are not within the scope of the scenario, one, you're going to earn marks. Two, you're going to waste valuable and limited time. So I hope this lecture session has been quite fruitful for you in your understanding of corporate strategy. If you've got any further questions, do make sure to contact us on the following emails. We'll be more than glad to assist you. Thank you once again for taking the time to watch this 3-lecture series.